Touch tururu, touch tururu, touch tururu. At the Drivel show.
Hi, this is Ori, and with me Harlambus, right?
Yes, hi there.
In today's episode, the news, snakes setting houses on fire, and telepathic rats, educating Sori about a cat. This week's main topic of the discussion is the universe, and there was a little fella with a video camera.
If you are an unusual listener of After Drivel show, you probably know the structure of it already, and you are expecting the question.
That's right.
Right, this week is my turn.
Yes?
And I was thinking I should ask you a proper question, because we've been talking about pink aliens and Chinese
stuff.
fellas,
Rubbish
Irish
stuff.
midgets, so only rubbish. My question to you is, let's suppose that you're the only person on the earth who knows about the disaster that's going to happen.
Yes?
And you have a spaceship and you have a planet you can go to. I mean, it's all sorted out, there's not a problem.
Yes.
The question is, you have 5 other spots there, other places in the spaceship. Who would you take to continue the human civilization on that another planet? The news on After Drivel show.
This week we have some interesting topics in the news. The first headline says something like, woman's house burned down by a snake she set on fire. One woman's extreme reaction to finding a snake in her yard backfired in a tragic fashion. After being set on fire, the flaming snake caused the woman's home to burn down.
I just noticed the pun there, backfired.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So let me get this straight. A woman set a snake on fire?
Yes?
Why would someone do that?
She freaked out.
So she had a flamethrower and thought, fuck that.
Yes.
Right.
The best smartphone has been released, and I'm talking about Galaxy S4, 8-core processor, 5-inch Full HD screen, pretty well phone.
So it's quite a big progress for technology, right?
Yes, very big, very big.
And do you know when it's going to be released, or has it been released?
It has been released on 15 March, but I don't know when it's going to be available for buying.
Well, I won't be buying it, so I won't be buying it. So. Right, so apparently science can now create telepathic rats.
That's interesting.
That's an interesting headline, right?
Yes.
We're talking about an experiment made by a neuroscientist based on a novel of Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah, he wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey, right?
Yeah, the novel is called Childhood's End, and apparently 2 thirsty rats were placed into separate but identical cages, and one had to interpret the thoughts of the other one in order to receive the water, you know. It was quite an interesting experiment.
Right. And the final headline, the rise of Justin. I'm talking about Justin Timberlake.
Right, because I was freaking out a bit when you said Justin.
Oh, yes.
I was thinking about that Canadian block. We're not going to say his name.
No. Justin Timberlake got back with a new album, his first album in 7 years, the 2020 Experience. He's back on the wave, I would say.
Yeah. Have you listened to the whole album yet? Or
no, just
a few hits, right?
Yes.
Sit and Tie and Mirrors.
That's true. But I'm going to listen to the whole album.
Yeah, it's a very interesting album.
Yes.
Now it's time for our cultural recommendations.
Yes.
And I shall start with Tune of the Week.
Yes.
You probably know already that we both have blogs, and on each of them we have tune, in my case, or song of the week.
Yes.
This week I've chosen a very special song for Tune of the Week. It's simply Depeche Mode with Enjoy the Silence.
Yeah, great tune.
You know the video of it.
Yes.
It was actually directed by Anton Corbijn.
Right.
You heard the name before,
Yes,
right?
yes.
In the Viva la Vida.
Viva la Vida,
video.
yeah. By Coldplay.
Yeah, the video of Viva la Vida is very similar to the one of Enjoy the Silence. We're both kings, you know. They're both dressed in kings. And actually it serves as a tribute to Enjoy the Silence.
That's interesting.
Nevertheless, go on my blog and check it out.
Ah, yes. And now, sorry for recommending. Alright?
You're sorry for what?
Recommending. Top Gear ended. The 90th series ended with a 2 special episodes in Africa. Very, very interesting. You should check it out.
I'm going to see it, I think this week.
Yes, very good.
I'm a huge fan of
Me too, me too. Game of Thrones, probably the best TV show currently, is going to be released on 1st April in international speaking. And I have a movie recommendation as well, Stand Up Guys, a film about
featuring El Pacino
and Christoph Walken
and Alan Arkin.
Yes, two best buddies. One is released out of prison, and they have one last night to share. And a book recommendation as well. You said about Arthur C. Clarke?
Yeah, of course.
And I recommend you to read 2001: A Space Odyssey. Very interesting book.
Educating story. This week I'm going to educate you with a bit of quantum physics.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
But it's not that proper quantum physics. It's a thought experiment.
Yes.
You've probably heard of Schrödinger's cat.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Right. So what's Schrödinger's cat, you may ask? You're
yes.
not testing. So Schrödinger's cat is a thought experiment published by Erwin Schrödinger.
Yeah.
Right. Basically, it's one of the biggest unsolved problems of quantum mechanics, this one. Because it says that if you put a cat and some poisonous gas in a tank, right, or some poisonous gas, or as in Einstein's interpretation, some gunpowder.
Yes.
And there is a device that has a 50% chance of triggering when you open the tank.
Yes.
Well, now the question is, can we be sure that when we're opening the tank, we're going to see the cat either dead or alive? So basically, if you try this for an undefined number of times,
yes,
you will have 50% of the cases when you see the cat alive, and 50% of the cases when you see it dead.
Yes.
But before you see it, before opening the tank, the cat is not dead nor alive. It's in a super state.
It can be both of them, right?
Yeah, it can be both of them.
Because it's a 50% chance.
Yes. Now, the question is, we are forcing nature to make a decision, basically.
Yes.
But what's forcing nature to make us make a decision, you know? We're observing the cat, but who's observing us? Who's opening the tank for us to see the tank with the cat? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
This is actually the base experiment for a many worlds interpretation. I mean, there are interpretations that say that there are multiple dimensions in which the cat is both dead and alive, but these states do not coincide, you know?
Alright.
So that's you educated there.
Thank you for that.
The discussion. As the French philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin once said, the universe as we know it is a joint product of the observer and the observed. To ponder upon this and many other questions, I am joined here by Sori.
Hello!
The universe is the biggest mystery for mankind. Over the course of thousands and thousands of years, many philosophers questioned the state of the universe and its relevance to us. The most common conclusion regarding the universe is its infinity and our incapacity to comprehend it fully. Of course, if it is infinite, the question whether we are alone in the universe is starting to fade away. Most of the people of our times, though, think that humans are the only developed civilization in this shallow and empty place. Considering these suppositions, what is your opinion, Sori?
I totally agree with the concept of infinity in the universe, at least based on our perception of it. We believe that we are alone in the universe, mainly due to our self-seeking. I think it's easier for us to accept this complex concept as it is, instead of trying to explore it. I was thinking, if we look back in the 60s when the man went to the moon for the first time, we thought that the space is opening to us. Yeah. In some sort of way it did, but we haven't done much since then. I heard that we're going to send a man on Mars in the near future.
Yeah, we've actually sent the Curiosity rover there, you
Yes.
know. I feel though, if we've experienced some sort of evolution since since landing on the moon, I think it was a slow evolution though.
Yes, yes, it is.
Now, I was talking earlier about Schrödinger and his thought experiment. Now, that experiment stumbles upon the question of many worlds, of multiple dimensions. What is your opinion regarding this? Do you think that we are part of a parallel universe and there is another, maybe other ones that are decoherent from ours?
I don't want to think that far. I just want to see the big picture, the universe.
Now, are we just a matter of perspective in the bigger scheme of the universe?
I totally agree with it. I believe that all of us together represent a small, tiny part in the cosmic horizon. I also believe that we have an evanescent existence, marked by fragility and futility. In the ancient times, people embraced beliefs in various gods.
Yeah, that's true.
For example, the Greeks, one of the most significant civilizations, believed that Kronos was the supreme entity as it represented time. Well, the universe is above this concept as it doesn't have limits. To conclude with, the universe is the biggest titan we ever acknowledged.
Sorry, it's time for the answer.
Yes.
Give me 5 people you want to continue civilization with on another planet, please.
Well, the first one, the hottest woman I can find.
Depends where you're looking.
Well, the second one, the best singer I can find to break that silence in the outer space.
Yeah.
The third one, a really good artist to tell our story. The fourth,
What kind of artist though?
a writer. I think a writer would be
Yeah,
appropriate. The fourth one, a man specialized in domains like technology, mechanics, construction, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, an inventor, a man who sees things in perspective, in an innovative way than us.
Right.
Those would be the 5 persons I would take.
Yeah, interesting point there. Sorry, it's the future we've all been waiting for. Please, can you perform the jingle once again live?
There was a little fella with a video camera. Boom.
Oh.
There was a little fella back in the old times, back in the 20th century, and the beginning of the century. He was living in America and he was a quite brilliant inventor. In the same time, abroad the ocean, in France, 2 brothers, the Lumiere brothers, had a great idea.
Yeah.
They had the idea of inventing a machine that would capture moving pictures. And they did invent it. That was the first video camera. In the same time, the man in America I was talking to you about had some similar idea. His name was Thomas Edison, and he also invented a video camera. Now, I don't want to question who is the real inventor of the video camera. No, what I want to do is I want to honor the memory of those men who had such a great contribution in inventing the video camera, which, by the way, it led to one of the most prolific, one of the most popular arts of the 20th century, the film.
So, let me get this straight. There is no monkey,
No,
chimpanzee involved
no,
here?
just humans. The humans are the essence.
So
this
you're
time.
honoring Thomas Edison and the Lumiere brothers.
Yes, and the film, of course.
I get the feeling that there was a little fella, as it was a week ago. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
Should
maybe.
we expect maybe a sort of educating Haralambus type of
Oh,
there was a little fella?
that would be interesting, you know? But we don't know what the future is reserving to us.
And with that bomb, we can say shell because we're going to be sued by
Right,
Top
Top-
Gun.
We
We're ending today's show.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye.